Hey y'all, it's Holly. I'm doing a lot of these today. um, just that bit. So, if you saw my short, you saw that one of the movies I got today was Roaring Twenties, and pretty much right when I got home, I popped it in, and yeah, it's great. Um, yeah, I do kind of like the more gritty, more gangster, like hard, like old gangster movies, but this was really good. Sorry. It goes back to kind of the same thing like in a previous video of me talking about like the Prohibition movies because this definitely talks about it. It's a mix of Prohibition and Great Depression. But anyway, released 1939, starring James Cagney and Humphrey Bogart, directed by Raoul Walsh, who has done tons of work. But his most famous movies, there we go, being High Sierra, with also featuring Bogart, White Heat featuring Cagney. White Heat is like probably one of my, at least out of the Cagney movies I've seen, is probably my favorite Cagney movie. I know, such a shocker that that one's up there. I'll watch more of his stuff, and then there'll probably be some random one that I really like. They Drive by Night, which I do need to see. That one's on my list. I think it was on Max, and I think it may be gone now, which is sad. But um, yeah, no, he did a lot. Um, anyway, uh, sorry. Good movie, really good. See, I want to keep my glasses on, but you can just see the stuff. I don't know. I think unfortunately the glasses are better off. I do like this. I like the Cagney movies where you can tell it's a transitional period for him where uh, 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 he's not as much of a villain as he used to be. He's trying to break free and trying to become more of the later Cagney, or like mid late Cagney, where he's gonna be doing Yankee Doodle Dandy and stuff later, and then but you're getting the period of Bogart that I love, my favorite Bogart, where he's the villain. Like I haven't seen all of Bogart's movies, but my favorite Bogart movie is without a doubt is Treasure of Sierra Madre with Petrified Forest like right there, like the two where he's like the most villainous essentially. Um, but this is two guys, but mainly actually three, but mainly two guys who meet in the foxholes trenches of World War One, get to know each other, they become friends, and then when they get back home, they go their separate ways. Cagney just tries to become a normal person, just works at a garage, but no one's hiring. Um, we don't really see what happens to Bogart at the moment, and then their third buddy, um, Lloyd, becomes a lawyer. Um, sorry, I got like hair. Um, but Cagney turns to bootlegging and crime. Um, and then you find out that so does Bogart. Meanwhile, Lloyd does become the lawyer for Cagney, much to his kind of like, eh. Um, either which way, I don't want to go into the whole thing because you should see it. But sorry, yeah, I guess the hair. Sorry about that. My hair gets everywhere. Anyway, uh, no, it's really good. I'm glad I finally saw it. Um, trying to think of other things. I was on a flow and then I lost it. But yeah, this actually has the ending I kind of want it from Public Enemy, in which Cagney dies in this one. He doesn't die in Public Enemy, but like spoilers, sorry. But if you open up the box, if you buy this and you open up the box, it kind of assumes, and you already know that. I guess spoilers, sorry, spoilers for a movie from '39, but eventually, yes, Candy does die, but he dies a hero, which I like. I like that. I mean, I like him as a villain too, but seeing that other side is great, especially when he wanted to move on. Thing I like, one of the things I like about this that it was interesting was um, it takes almost a newsreely position at certain points, whereas it describes like, oh, 1920, this happens, and you know, Black Tuesday, and blah blah blah. Like it does that, where it goes kind of like news really, or like telling you the events of the day, and like, oh, it's hard to find a job, and a depression, and blah 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 blah. That's really interesting. I feel like that definitely is a like holdover from the earlier gangster movies because they kind of had the same vibe too. Um, So it's kind of interesting. We're going from Public Enemy to this, and having the knowledge of like a couple others in between. Um, this definitely doesn't have like the same which I love, same moral code, let's say, as the earlier gangster movies. And by that I mean that yes, the villains still die, and the people who did the gangstering do die, but they're not as one dimensional. Um, and even in the earlier ones, they're not 100% one dimensional, but this one, Cagney does try and like change a little bit, like mostly through circumstance. Like depression hits him hard, and the prohibition hits him hard, so he kind of loses his power, but he does try and make a change. Um, Definitely check this out if you don't want to dive into the Criterion collection. Fair enough. Right now, Criterion is 50% off still because it is still July, but it got November. So, like, you know, this one was $20 because it's 40 for the Blu-ray. But, you know, you can find the DVD, that's 15. I don't, it's on 4K, I believe. I may be wrong about that. I think it's on 4K, which that would be 25, 30, I think, somewhere around there with the 50% off. So you can, if not, Prime. But, you know, streaming for some people is a no-no, um, especially with these kind of movies. But either which way, very good. I do plan on watching, hold on, one of these ones tomorrow. I don't know when. I don't know. We'll see. Probably I watch with a zombie. I'm gonna check out both for sure. Um, they're both really short, actually. They're both like an hour thereabouts. So maybe I could just do both in one sitting. So we'll see on that one. Um, Either which way. Until next time, please like, comment, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you later.